What's up, guys? In the last couple of years, I think I've taken around 20 trips with a goal of traveling almost once a month, and I'm tired. I've hinted at this switch a few times in the past, and today I made the decision to switch sides and become a card-carrying member of Team Cashback. Pun intended. Does this mean I'm not traveling anymore? Of course not. I have all my trips already booked until the end of April 2024, so there will still be plenty of traveling. I'll explain what exactly I'm going to be doing, and this strategy just may surprise you because although I'm going towards Team Cashback, I'm not exactly changing my cards all that much, and it looks like I still have plenty of travel points and miles. So in this video, I'm going to go over my state of the points, and I'll show you exactly how many points and miles I have in different ecosystems. I'll tell you my card setup right now, and that's a fun one for me because today, for the first time since Halloween of last year, I'm not working on a sign-up bonus. I also want you to rate my cashback setup, but I also want you to remember that I will eventually be traveling again. So it's not going to look like your typical cashback setup with a bunch of no annual fee cards. You're also going to be surprised that I'll still be using the Amex MR point earning cards in a cashback setup. And no, I don't currently have a Charles Schwab Platinum card. If all that sounds interesting, grab a cold beverage, get comfortable because this video may turn out to be a little longer than most. Also, if you like credit card content, subscribe to the channel, and if you get any value or entertainment from this video, be sure to slap that like button. Now, let's get into it. So first things first, for now, I will no longer be earning transferable currencies for travel. Everything is booked, and I want to see what a cashback setup looks like, at least temporarily. So I'm going over all my travel balances to give you a perspective of what I have, just in case I need to schedule a trip. Some of you may think that's enough points and miles for a while, but remember I do a lot of family travel, so that is really resource intensive. I'll start off with my transferable currencies because that's where some confusion may come in. Let's start off with my primary issuer, American Express. You guys know how I feel about membership rewards points, especially when transferred out to partners. Well, here's my balance. 0. What? I have taken my balance all the way down to 0 as I'm not planning on scheduling anything for at least 6 months. Obviously, I'm sure I won't last that long, but hey, we all need goals, right? So the next question is, what did I do with all those MR points? Well, no problem, I can answer that. One, I took advantage of the current transfer bonus to British Airways. I booked a bunch of flights to and around the Caribbean yesterday, and in true Uncle Luke fashion, I've already canceled them. The bookings just didn't make sense, so I need to go back to the drawing board there. But I do want to say that calling British Airways, at least for me, is always a great experience. Their customer service is tip-top, to say the least. And here's where it gets a little more interesting. For the remainder of the MR points, I cashed them out for 1 cent per point. I know, that is a dreadful redemption, but you're probably wondering, how did you do that? I have an American Express business checking account, and there seems to be some confusion on redemptions when using it. And I'm also a little confused, but if you hold the American Express Business Platinum and have an Amex Business checking, you can redeem MR points for a penny. Now, I don't hold the Amex Biz Platinum, but I did it one time, so there may be something there that is still allowing me to do that. But there you have it, 0. I know some of you just had a panic attack, but for me, this is super liberating. I love a challenge, and to have absolutely no membership rewards points is just so motivating, and I feel like this is really going to be a fun challenge for me. Let's move on to Chase, the most popular issuer in the game. Well, with Chase, it looks like I still have 444 UR points total. I had already transferred out most of my UR points to partners, but what I had left, I sent to Hyatt. I know I'm the most crucial creator when it comes to Hyatt cards and Hyatt's program. I stay at a lot of their properties. Come to think of it, I bet I stay at more Hyatt properties than those Hyatt fanboys. Either way, the Chase UR points are basically drained as well, so almost starting with 0, and it feels great. Let's move on to Citi because they're kind of a wild card here. I haven't used any of the Citi thank you points yet, as I just hit the bonus on the Citi Premier recently, and those points won't even hit until later this week. I think I'll end up with around 85,000 thank you points once the statement closes. I'll be honest, I haven't given them any thought. Should I cash them all out for a penny each and keep with the strategy, or should I just leave them be for now in case I need a flight redemption? Maybe making this video will give me some more insight, but I think they're headed to the cash out. Next up is Capital One. Now, most of you know that with the Venture X, there really isn't a great way to extract cash. So I moved as much as I could of the remaining balance to Air France, KLM Flying Blue, and I'm left with just a handful of points. This also means that the Venture X won't likely see much use in the near future, as it just won't earn me any cash back. So there are the balances with the major transferable currencies. What do you think so far? Let's continue to my travel points bank, and I'll move through this a little faster. You guys may know that Hilton is my primary hotel program, and that's mostly because of the giant footprint and the co-branded credit cards. But at the moment, I still have 1,117,817 Hilton Honors points and 3 free night certificates. So I'm not hurting on Hilton points, and I'm still looking for a really nice aspirational redemption. IHG is one of my backups, and I really like their program and their credit cards, and right now I have a measly 68,000 IHG points, so only enough for some budget stays. Now for the world of Hyatt, everyone's favorite group of 206 hotels. I'm kidding. Hyatt's all-inclusive numbers continue to grow, and that's something I'm actually really excited about. Currently sitting at 62,000 points there, and that fits okay with my current hotel strategy. And for the program, no one cares about choice privileges. I currently have only one choice night booked for this year, and I'm sitting at around 68,000 points. And again, that is totally fine for my hotel strategy. Choice will only ever likely be a 1 or 2 night redemption for me anyway. So far, you can see that I can probably go without earning transferable currencies for hotels for a little while. What about the airlines? I mean, I don't do a ton of road trips, so hopefully I have enough airline miles to hold me over until I'm back to team travel as far as earnings. Let's take a look at domestics. United is an airline I don't use much, but I do have a couple United flights coming up this year. I'm not even sure how I got these 14,000 points, but they're there along with $99 in flight credits and $275 in my United Travel Bank. Not much, but it is there if I need it. American Airlines is the airline I've flown the most lately, and I have 61,000 miles with them. Again, just enough to get a decent domestic trip if I need it. I book most of my American flights with British Airways Avios anyway. Delta is an airline I really gave up on as far as their program. I book my Delta flights through Virgin and Air France now, but it looks like I have 26,000 Sky Pesos and a companion certificate left with them. You guys know I love to make fun of Southwest flyers all the time, but for whatever reason, I am ready for some Southwest flights. Almost 70,000 points, $60 in credits, and I still have a $500 Southwest gift card ready to deploy. Pretty sure that one will most likely equal a Disney trip or maybe a direct flight to Fort Lauderdale one day. I'm a little embarrassed I have this many orphaned points everywhere. When I start back up with team travel, I kind of need to tighten this up. Most of the scattered points are due to canceled flights. I cancel about half of everything I book. Let's move on to international carriers because I store a lot of points there. We already talked about British Airways, so let's start there. I'm loaded up with over 207,000 British Airways Avios, and that's a little bloated due to taking advantage of the current transfer bonus and the fact that I'm looking at flights to Spain next year. How about one of my favorite international programs, Air France KLM Flying Blue? 54,000 Flying Blue miles are there just in case I need to shoot over to Europe in the next year, or if I need to book a Delta domestic flight. Now here's the final international airline that I've stored miles in, and it's Virgin Atlantic. Currently have 108,000 Virgin miles ready to deploy for a number of different redemptions. So that is the state of my points at the moment. Now, how am I going to be earning all this cash back? Which cards am I going to be using? Well, I'm going to be sticking mostly to the same cards I've had in past setups. I'll be using my Amex Gold Card for dining and groceries, and I'll still be using my Blue Business Plus as a catch-all. Will the Amex Trifecta work as a cashback setup? While I don't think it's optimal, remember, even though I'll be Team Cashback, I still have several trips coming up, so the benefits of the Platinum card will still be in play quite heavily. Chase cards will be coming in as well. I'll use the Chase Ink Cash Card for 5% cash back on cable and internet bills. And I'll also be purchasing some no-fee MasterCards for Walmart purchases. Your boy Uncle Luke still needs to run into Walmart sometimes, and 5% back from that won't hurt a bit. The Chase Ink Preferred will be used for cell phones to get protections and the 3% back. I'll be leaning heavily on Amazon, and I'll use the Chase Amazon Prime card to get 5% back there. Gas is going to be the City Custom Cash for 5% back on that because, well, why not? Home utilities will be paid for with the US Bank Cash Plus card, and I have a Cash Plus clone from a regional bank that I'll be using for any sports tickets, and I'll get 5% back on that, as well as recreational purchases like stuff at Dick's Sporting Goods. I just bought football cleats today. All the transferable currencies earned will be converted to cash back, and I'm very curious to see how much this setup will earn. And there's a part of me that kind of wants to apply for a Discover It card for some quarterly category action. Not sure if that will happen because I'd like to utilize this system to see what the monthly cashback looks like. I'll report on that to you guys. So I know this is a long video, but what do you guys think? Do I have enough travel points to hold me over for a while? Do you think cashing out MR points for a penny is crazy? Should I pick up any cash back cards to help with this? I'm super excited to see where this experiment takes me, but in the end, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to plus up those balances in no time. Guys, if you are interested in any of the cards mentioned in this video, or really any cards at all, check out my organized card links in the description. Using those links really help the channel, and guys, if you've stayed around all the way to the end, I appreciate you, and I thank every single one of you.